Let's start with the mind. Your mind is the most powerful tool you possess. It's the engine that drives your success, your happiness in your entire life. But here's the thing, most people never learn how to use their minds effectively. They let their minds run on autopilot, filled with negative thoughts, doubts, and fears. But that's not you. You're here because you want more. You want to harness the power of your mind and use it to create the life you've always dreamed of. And I'm here to tell you that it's possible. It's not just possible, it's inevitable if you're willing to do the work. So how do we focus on the mind? It starts with what you feed it. Just like your body needs nutritious food, your mind needs quality input. What are you reading? What are you watching? Who are you listening to? These are crucial questions because they determine the quality of your thoughts. I've always said, don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems, wish for more skills. This is the essence of focusing on your mind. It's about continuous improvement, constant learning, and never settling for mediocrity. Now let me ask you something. How many books have you read in the last month, the last year? If the answer is none or very few, then you're starving your mind. You're denying yourself the wisdom and knowledge that could transform your life. I remember when I was a young man struggling to make ends meet, I was introduced to a mentor who changed my life. Do you know what he told me? He said, Jim, if you want to be successful, you need to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. That hit me like a ton of bricks. I realized I had been focusing all my energy on my work, but neglecting the most important project of all, myself. From that day forward, I committed to reading at least 30 minutes every day. I started with books on personal development, then moved on to philosophy, psychology, economics, and more. And let me tell you, that simple habit changed everything for me. But it's not just about reading, it's about applying what you learn. Knowledge isn't power, it's potential power. The real power comes from taking action on what you know. So I want you to make a commitment right now. Commit to feeding your mind with quality information every single day. Read books, listen to podcasts, attend seminars. Surround yourself with people who challenge you to think bigger and be better. And here's another crucial aspect of focusing on your mind, your self-talk. The conversations you have with yourself are the most important conversations you'll ever have. Are you encouraging yourself or tearing yourself down? Are you focusing on your potential or your limitations? I want you to start paying attention to your inner dialogue. When you catch yourself thinking negative thoughts, stop and replace them with positive ones. It might feel awkward at first, but remember, repetition is the mother of skill. The more you practice positive self-talk, the more natural it becomes. Now let's talk about goals. Your mind needs direction. Without clear goals, you're like a ship without a rudder, drifting aimlessly in the sea of life. So what are your goals? What do you want to achieve in the next year, the next 5 years, the next decade? Write them down. There's something powerful about putting your goals on paper. It makes them real. It makes them tangible. And most importantly, it makes them achievable. But here's the key. Your goals must excite you. They must be big enough to inspire you, to get you out of bed in the morning with a fire in your belly. As I always say, if you go to work on your goals will go to work on you. Now I can hear some of you thinking, but Jim, what if I fail? And to that, I say, good. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of success. Every failure is a lesson, an opportunity to grow and improve. I've failed more times than I can count, but each failure taught me something valuable. It made me stronger, wiser, and more determined. So don't fear failure. Embrace it. Learn from it, and then get backed up and try again. Remember, success is not something you pursue. Success is something you attract by the person you become. And that person is shaped by your mind, by your thoughts, by your goals, and by your willingness to learn and grow. Now let's shift gears and talk about the body. Your body is the vehicle that carries you through life. It's the physical manifestation of your energy, your vitality, and your health. And yet so many people neglect their bodies, treating them like a garbage disposal rather than the precious instrument they are. Here's a hard truth. You can't neglect your body and expect to live a full, vibrant life. Your body and your mind are intimately connected. When your body suffers, your mind suffers. And when your body thrives, your mind thrives. So how do we focus on the body? It starts with the basics: nutrition, exercise, and rest. These are the pillars of physical health, and they're non-negotiable if you want to live your best life. Let's start with nutrition. You've heard the saying, you are what you eat. Well, it's true. The food you put into your body becomes the fuel that powers your life. Are you filling up with premium fuel? Or are you running on junk? I'm not saying you need to become a health fanatic overnight, but I am saying you need to start paying attention to what you eat. Start by making small changes. Replace one unhealthy snack with a piece of fruit. Swap out soda for water. These small changes add up over time, and before you know it, you've transformed your diet and your health. Now let's talk about exercise. Your body was designed to move. It craves movement. And yet so many of us spend our days sitting at desks, in cars, on couches. We've become a sedentary society, and we're paying the price with our health. But here's the good news. You don't need to become a marathon runner or a professional athlete to reap the benefits of exercise. Just 30 minutes of moderate exercise a day can dramatically improve your health, your energy levels, and your mood. Start small. Take a walk around the block. Do some stretches in the morning. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. The key is consistency. Make movement a non-negotiable part of your daily routine. And don't forget about strength training. As we age, we naturally lose muscle mass, but we can fight back against this process by incorporating strength training into our routines. Not only does this keep us strong and functional, but it also boosts our metabolism, improves our posture, and enhances our overall health. Now, let's talk about rest. In our go, go, go society, rest is often seen as a luxury. But let me tell you, it's not a luxury, it's a necessity. Your body needs rest to repair, to recover, and to rejuvenate. Are you getting enough sleep? Most adults need between 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. If you're consistently getting less than that, you're shortchanging yourself. You're robbing yourself of energy, of mental clarity, and of physical health. Make sleep a priority. Create a bedtime routine. Turn off screens an hour before bed. Make your bedroom a sanctuary for rest. Your body will thank you, and you'll be amazed at how much more productive and energetic you feel during the day. But rest isn't just about sleep. It's also about taking breaks throughout the day. It's about giving yourself permission to relax, to unwind, to step away from the constant demands of life. This might mean taking a few deep breaths between tasks, going for a short walk during your lunch break, or setting aside time each week for a hobby you enjoy. Remember, you're not a machine. You can't operate at full speed all the time. You need periods of rest and recovery to perform at your baker. Now, I want to address something that often gets overlooked when we talk about physical health posture. Your posture affects everything from your breathing to your confidence. Stand tall. Pull your shoulders back. Hold your head high. Not only will this improve your physical health, but it will also boost your self-esteem and how others perceive you. And let's not forget about hydration. Your body is mostly water, and it needs a constant supply to function optimally. Are you drinking enough water? A good rule of thumb is to drink half your body weight in ounces each day. So if you weigh 150 pounds, aim for 75 ounces of water. Now I know what some of you are thinking, Jim, this sounds great, but I don't have time for all this. And to that I say, you don't have time not to do this. Your health is your wealth. Without it, all the money and success in the world mean nothing. So make time. Wake up 30 minutes earlier to exercise. Prep healthy meals on the weekend so you have nutritious food ready during the busy week. Put your bedtime on your calendar and treat it like any other important. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Small, consistent actions add up to big results over time. As I always say, success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Now, let's move on to the third and perhaps most profound aspect of our discussion, the soul. When I talk about the soul, I'm talking about your inner self, your spiritual essence, your connection to something greater than yourself. In our materialistic world, it's easy to neglect our spiritual side. We get caught up in the pursuit of money, status, and possessions. But let me tell you something, true fulfillment, true happiness comes from within. It comes from nurturing your soul. So how do we focus on the soul? It starts with understanding that you are more than your job, more than your bank account, more than your social media profile. You are a unique, valuable spiritual being with infinite potential. One of the most powerful ways to nurture your soul is through gratitude. Gratitude is like a magnet for miracles. When you're grateful for what you have, you open yourself up to receiving more. But more importantly, gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, and that shift can transform your entire life. I want you to start each day by listing 5 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big things. Maybe you're grateful for the warm sun on your face, for the love of your family, for the opportunity to learn and grow. The more you practice gratitude, the more natural it becomes, and the more you'll find to be grateful for. Another crucial aspect of nurturing your soul is forgiveness. Holding on to anger, resentment, and grudges is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It only hurts you. Forgiveness isn't about condoning what happened. It's about freeing yourself from the burden of negative emotions. Is there someone you need to forgive? Maybe it's someone else, or maybe it's yourself. Take a moment right now to let go of that burden. Choose forgiveness. Choose freedom. Now let's talk about purpose. Your soul craves meaning. It yearns for a sense of purpose. What's your purpose? Why are you here? What contribution do you want to make to the world? These are big questions, and you don't need to have all the answers right now. But I want you to start thinking about them. Because when you align your actions with your purpose, you tap into a wellspring of motivation and fulfillment that can carry you through any challenge. One way to discover your purpose is to ask yourself, what makes me come alive? What activities make me lose track of time? What issues or causes am I passionate about? The answers to these questions can point you towards your purpose. And remember, your purpose doesn't have to be grand or world-changing. Maybe your purpose is to be the best parent you can be, to create beauty through art, to help others in your community. Whatever it is, embrace it, live it, let it guide your decisions and actions. Another crucial aspect of nurturing your soul is connection. We are social beings designed for connection and community. But in our digital age, true connection can be hard to come by. We have hundreds of online friends, but few deep, meaningful relationships. I want you to prioritize real, face-to-face connections. Spend time with loved ones. Have deep conversations. Join groups or communities that share your interests or values. Volunteer for a cause you believe in. These connections nourish your soul in a way that no amount of social media likes ever can. And let's not forget about nature. There's something profoundly healing about spending time in nature. It reconnects us with the rhythms of life, reminds us of our place in the grand scheme of things. And whether it's a walk in the park, a hike in the mountains, or simply sitting under a tree, make time to connect with nature regularly. Now, I want to talk about something that's crucial for nurturing your soul: silence. In our noisy, busy world, silence has become a rare commodity. But it's in silence that we can hear the whispers of our soul, that we can tap into our inner wisdom. Try to incorporate periods of silence into your day. It might be through meditation, prayer, or simply sitting quietly for a few minutes. At first, it might feel uncomfortable. Your mind might race with thoughts. That's okay. The goal isn't to empty your mind, but to observe your thoughts without judgment, to create space between stimulus and response. As you practice this, you'll find that you become more centered, more grounded. You'll be less reactive and more responsive to life's challenges. You'll develop a sense of inner peace that can weather any storm. And speaking of storms, let's talk about resilience. Life will throw challenges your way. That's a given, but it's not the challenges that define you. It's how you respond to them. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, to find strength in struggle. How do you build resilience? It starts with your mindset. See challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable obstacles. Cultivate a belief in your ability to overcome difficulties. Remember past challenges you've overcome and draw strength from those experiences. Another key to building resilience is to focus on what you can control. You can't always control what happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. Choose to respond with courage, with grace, with determination. Now let's talk about values. Well, your values are the principles that guide your life, the standards by which you make decisions. What are your core values? Honesty, kindness, excellence, growth? Identify your top values. On top, you strive to align your actions with them. When your actions align with your values, you experience a sense of integrity and authenticity that nourishes your soul. And here's something crucial. Your values should be your own. Don't blindly adopt the values of others or of society. Take the time to reflect on what truly matters to you. What do you stand for? What are you willing to fight for? These are the questions that will lead you to your core values. Now I want to address something that many people struggle with, self-love. So many of us are harder on ourselves than we would ever be on anyone else. We criticize ourselves, doubt ourselves, beat ourselves up over every mistake. But let me tell you, this self-criticism is poison to your soul. You need to learn to love yourself, to accept yourself, flaws and all. This doesn't mean you stop striving for improvement. But it does mean you treat yourself with kindness and compassion along the way. Start by speaking to yourself the way you would speak to a dear friend. Would you berate a friend for making a mistake? Of course not. You'd offer encouragement, support, and understanding. Start offering yourself the same kindness. And remember, you are not your mistakes. You are not your failures. You are a beautiful, valuable, worthy human being, deserving of love and respect, starting with self-love and self-respect. Now, let's talk about something that's crucial for nurturing your soul, giving. There's a universal law that says the more you give, the more you receive. But I'm not talking about giving again. I'm talking about giving from a place of abundance, from a desire to make a positive difference in the world. When you give, whether it's your time, your talents, or your resources, you tap into a wellspring of joy and fulfillment. You connect with something greater than yourself. You make the world a little bit better. So find ways to give. Volunteer for a cause you believe in. Mentor someone. Perform random acts of kindness. The opportunities to give are endless and the rewards are immeasurable. And here's something important. Giving doesn't always have to be big or grand. Sometimes the most meaningful gifts are the smallest ones. A kind word, a listening ear, a helping hand. These small acts of giving can have a profound impact on both the giver and the receiver. Now, I want to talk about something that's often overlooked when we discuss nurturing the soul, creativity. Your soul yearns to express itself, to create, to bring something new into the world. Whether it's through art, music, writing, cooking, gardening, God or the other form of creative expression, make time for creativity in your life. Don't worry about being good at it. The goal isn't to create masterpieces. It's to express yourself, to tap into that wellspring of creativity that exists within all of us. When you create, you connect with a part of yourself that goes beyond the everyday concerns of life. You touch something divine. And let's not forget about play. As adults, we often forget the importance of play. We get so caught up in being serious and being productive that we forget to have fun. But play is crucial for our well-being. It reduces stress, boosts creativity, improves brain function, and yes, it nourishes our soul. So make time for play. Do things simply because they're fun. Dance like no one's watching. Sing at the top of your lungs, play a game, tell jokes, let your inner child come out to play. You'll be amazed at how rejuvenating it can be. Now, I want to address something that many people struggle with, forgiveness. And I'm not just talking about forgiving others, I'm talking about forgiving yourself. We all make mistakes, we all have regrets, but holding on to guilt and shame doesn't serve you. It doesn't make you a better person, it only holds you back. Learn to forgive yourself, acknowledge your mistakes, learn from them, and then let them go. You are not defined by your past. You are defined by who you choose to be in this moment, and in the next moment, and in all the moments to come. And speaking of moments, let's talk about mindfulness. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in worries about the future or regrets about the past. But the only moment we truly have is this one right here, right now. Mindfulness is about being fully present in the moment. It's about experiencing life as it unfolds without judgment, without resistance. When you practice mindfulness, you tap into a deep well of peace and contentment. You experience life more fully, more richly. Start by bringing mindfulness to simple, everyday activities. When you eat, really taste your food. When you walk, feel the ground beneath your feet. When you talk to someone, really listen to what they're saying. These small acts of mindfulness can transform your experience of life. Now, let's talk about something that's crucial for nurturing your soul. Dreams, your dreams are the whispers of your soul, telling you what's possible, what you're capable of. But so often we push our dreams aside. We tell ourselves they're impractical, impossible, not for people like us. But let me tell you something, your dreams matter. They're not just idle fantasies, they're glimpses of your potential, of what you could become if you dare to believe in yourself. So I want you to dust off those dreams. What did you want to be when you were a child before the world told you to be realistic? What secret aspirations have you been harboring in your heart? Bringing them out into the light. Write them down. Speak them aloud. And then take action. Even if it's just a small step, do something every day to move towards your dreams. As I always say, don't join an easy crowd, you won't grow. Go where the expectations and the demands to perform are high. Now, I want to address something that's crucial for nurturing your soul, authenticity. In a world that often pressures us to conform, to fit in, to be like everyone else, being authentic can feel risky. But let me tell you, the greatest risk is not being true to yourself. When you live authentically, when you honor your true self, you tap into a wellspring of power and purpose. You attract the right people and opportunities into your life. You experience a sense of alignment and fulfillment that's impossible to achieve when you're living someone else's life. So I challenge you to be unapologetically you. Embrace your quirks, your unique perspective, your individual gifts. The world doesn't need another copy. It needs you in all your authentic glory. And let's talk about legacy. Your soul yearns to make a difference, to leave the world a little better than you found it. What legacy do you want to leave? How do you want to be remembered? Your legacy isn't just about what you achieve or accumulate. It's about the lives you touch, the difference you make, the love you share. It's about living in such a way that your very existence makes the world a better place. So live with intention. Make choices that align with your values and your vision for your life. Ask yourself regularly, is what I'm doing right now contributing to the legacy I want to leave? Now, as we near the end of our time together, I want to remind you of something crucial, the interconnectedness of mind, body, and soul. These aren't separate entities. They're deeply interconnected aspects of who you are. When you nurture your mind, you're also nurturing your body and soul. When you take care of your body, you're supporting your mind and soul. And when you nourish your soul, you're elevating your mind and body. This is why a holistic approach is so important. You can't neglect one aspect and expect the others to thrive. They all work together, supporting and enhancing each other. So as you go forward from here, I want you to commit to nurturing all three aspects of yourself. Feed your mind with knowledge and positive thoughts. Care for your body through nutrition, exercise, and rest. And nourish your soul through gratitude, purpose, and connection. Remember, this isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about making small, consistent choices each day that add up to big changes over time. As I always say, success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. You have everything you need within you to create an extraordinary life. You have the power to shape your mind, to strengthen your body, to elevate your soul. The question is, will you use that power? I believe in you. I believe in your potential to create a life of meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. But my belief isn't enough. You need to believe in yourself. You need to commit to your own growth and development. So I'll challenge you, starting today, make a commitment to focus on your mind, your soul, and your soul. Make a commitment to become the best version of yourself. Make a commitment to live a life that inspires others and leaves a positive mark on the world. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Take that step today, and then take another step tomorrow, and another the day after that. Before you know it, you'll look back and be amazed at how far you've come. You have greatness within you. It's time to let it shine. It's time to focus on your mind, your body, and soul. It's time to become all that you were meant to be. Thank you for your time and attention. Now go out there and make your life extraordinary.